Please welcome to the stage Hans de Neve.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm actually here to bring you a message from the past. Actually, I inherited some Asian documents dating from 1600 from one of my Dutch ancestors, Cornelis Jacobzoon Drebbel. We heard about him yesterday, and then they mentioned like, yeah, we're not sure actually how we figured out to do DAC, but he actually did figure it out, and he wrote it down in a very ancient document. So I'm just here to explain how he did it, and how we tried to replicate it 425 years later. So no, just a small joke to start that we're a Dutch company. I am proud, of course, to be a Dutch company, a spin-off from TNO, and actually developing a new technology for DAC, supported by some of the machine manufacturers very strong in the semiconductor industry in the region of Eindhoven. And that's also actually says already something about the technology, because I'm myself a semiconductor physicist. And so you will wonder, like, what is the semiconductor physicist doing in this region of DAC? And we're actually leveraging some of the technologies that we were applying in semiconductor business, in this case for the sake of developing a new sorbent material for DAC as well. And here's actually the key in terms of what we did. We use a technology which we call atomic layer deposition. It's quite well known in the semiconductor industry. It's a technology to deposit very thin layers, atom scale layers, started off on silicon, let's say wafers, but now we also managed to do this on highly porous carriers like activated carbon. And so what we actually did, we applied that technology to deposit an atomic layer of potassium carbonate inside the pores of an activated carbon material. And the result was that you get an extremely high kinetic material, because all the atoms, all the chemical responsive atoms of potassium carbonate are actually at the surface, reachable by the CO2 molecules in the air. And that leads to a process where instead of taking hours to adsorb and desorb, which are typical cycle times you find back in DAC, it's like 2 minutes. In 2 minutes' time, you can actually adsorb to the full capacity and desorb again, so you can reuse your material, which actually leads to much less material that you need for the sake of DAC, lowering the cost of this type of equipment. And on top of that, we also managed to do it without applying vacuum technology, so it's just an atmospheric process requiring no complex vacuum technology. So it's all about lowering material costs, lowering technology costs, lowering CapEx. And so this is what we think is possible in the future, not having necessarily huge, complex systems with a lot of chemicals, a lot of materials, but much more compact systems that can be manufactured for extremely low cost. And we're right now partnering with the manufacturing industry. They say us that what we have here in terms of a concept could be produced for extremely low cost. And so the CapEx actually could be less than 50, the levelized cost of the CapEx, let's say, could be less than $50 per ton. And I think, yeah, and we hope this could be a game changer. Of course, we're still early in the game here, and I need to watch my time. We're between TRL 4 and 5, so we do not yet have the system that we can deploy, but hopefully soon. And this year, we have the first demonstration of outdoor systems. So that's my main message. Follow us on Carbyon, I would say, and good luck for the rest of the day. Thanks.